Up 268, Nasdaq's up 48, S&Ps are up 52. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Bud Spriggs from the mortgage firm. We are talking mortgages, folks. We're talking interest rates. Bud's number, folks, is 727-798-3888. That's 727-798-3888. Bud Spriggs, what's going on?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Good. Staying busy.
That's, so we got to get you on. You got to give us an update here. I mean, this has been quite a month, right? I mean, we had a couple.
It's been a while. I figured that you were kind of busy yourself, with what was going on. But, I think the last time we spoke, we were still watching that 10-year note go down a little bit.
Yes.
And I kind of reported in that rates had kind of just stopped moving downward. You're a little surprised about that. And then after they inched up a little bit, and then I think the system in general just got inundated, and they had to stop the flow, and rates went up against all other indicators, And I think they were just trying to stop the spigot.
Yes. And so what we're talking about, folks, is that this was before coronavirus hit. We had the 10-year, the 10-year right now is at 0.641%. So the 10-year actually got down to 0.31, but yet the long-term rates in the mortgage market did not go down as dramatically because the amount of people that were getting the mortgages, that they just couldn't, there was more demand than supply, right, Bud?
There's only so much the system can handle.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And then of course, we got the virus stuff coming in.
Yeah.
And they start seeing different things happen on the unemployment and all that. And that's another reason for them to kind of step back. And so I think all of a sudden things got regrouped. We're getting a better grasp of things, and rates are starting to, they've come back down.
Now let's talk about, so on conventional mortgages, they've come back down, right?
Yeah.
So I know we got a call yesterday. The father was going to basically sell the house to his daughter, and he was talking about a cash out. But I had said to him, but I knew you were coming on today. I had said to him, I think you just do a conventional mortgage, right? I mean, the daughter could do a conventional mortgage. That's how he gets paid off, right?
If she could do that, that would be the way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And on so here, let's talk a little about, I know conventional mortgages, bottom line, you're buying single families, the commercial market or the multifamily market or the investment market. Now, the restrictions wouldn't be a restriction, but, the regulation, whatever you want to call it, in order to get those, that has gone up. Is that correct, Bud?
Well, basically the hits to pricing for buying going conventional and buying a 2 to 4 unit property, especially as an investment, the hits were just changed. So where I might have quoted somebody 4.25 a couple of months ago. Now, this was at the very bottom.
Yes.
He was buying an investment duplex, and he was getting a great rate, great credit, all that stuff. He came back and went under contract about a month later, and his rates were in the upper fives, paying points. And that was, and to me, that just indicates that they're still wanting to do the real good, easy paper, and anything with risk, they're kind of keeping outside where you really got to want it to get it.
That's a big number, man. 4.25 to high fives in points. And what a point, if you can explain to the audience what a point is, Bud.
Just say a point is 1% of the loan amount. So if you're borrowing $100,000, and you're paying 1 point, you're paying $1,000 discount points.
Right. And so you can see, folks, is that the thing that's intriguing this time, Bud, and I think it's going to be healthy myself, none of us like to pay more money for what we're doing. But what I like about that is that we don't want the real estate market to fall apart. So I think it's good that they're basically doing that, because the reality is, right, that this time they were giving away money like in 2007, 2008 to anyone that just had a signature, right?
Well, I'm going to disagree a little bit there, because I was there in that market 2007, 2008 when we had the subprime. Right?
Yeah.
That was when they were giving away money. You could walk in with a 580 credit score, show me your W-2s and pay stubs, and basically get an 80% first and a 20% second to buy a home to live in. Okay?
Really?
So you've got no skin into the game.
Right.
Your credit's not great. And the minute things hit that promissory note that you decided to pay on, all of a sudden you decide you go against it because now you think you're losing money.
Yes.
So they were making it a lot easier back then. But I do agree with you. I don't think they're going to let the real estate market get hit like that, because what happened after that, we had the recession. It showed that the real estate market really is tied to everything.
No, I agree. What I meant by what I was saying is that it's not bad when they tighten it up, and it's at the beginning. It hasn't gone on that long until we all shake out and say, okay, what is the repricing inside the investment business, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. And listen, the same guy that I had on the sideline, because he really wanted this investment property, we got an extension. We just kept waiting to where he could actually get into it. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't as painful as what it was right after the market changed.
Yeah, that's great to know, man. So let me ask you this. So still Fannie Mae, Freddie, I know JP Morgan, I was trying to figure this out. JP Morgan, and I think this is on jumbos, JP Morgan went to 20% down because the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, I mean, first-time home buyer and all that, are we still at 3% down?
Listen, I just went in because I figured you might be asking. You got 3% down on a first-time home buyer.
Yeah.
Let's say somebody that's moving up, they've owned a home and they're buying another one. I priced it out 5% down, and I was getting in the low threes for a 30-year fix.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
That's good money.
That is good money. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Right.
That's huge, man. There's no doubt. And I guess the real number is going to be where people have to show that they're working, right? That's going to be intriguing to see. You can be all set up. You had a job, you laid off probably temporarily, hopefully. So if people are looking forward, they got to make sure that they have a paycheck coming in still, right?
Yeah, actually, the day of closing, we do the 10-day verbal verification of employment.
Yes.
We do the credit refresh within 10 days, but the day of closing, I myself have to call, and this is probably just to cover us, I have to call the borrower and ask them if their company that they're working for is still open.
That's great information, man.
If they're still getting paid,
yeah,
and if they expect to be employed later.
Oof, that's intense, man.
Right.
Yeah.
and I've run into it. I've run into the situation where we didn't get the right answers. So it's affecting a lot of people.
Yeah, no, listen, we're 21 million people unemployed right now, and, there's plenty of those folks that weren't working at bars and restaurants that, thought they might have been insulated, but yet the amount of sales went down in these large companies. So I can see it, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's something I look at. Actually, when somebody calls in to get pre-qualified, I look at the whole picture now, and I look at what they're doing, and I talk to them about it. You don't want to get their hopes up and then find out later that they're not able to buy a home.
No doubt. Listen, folks, you can get hold of Bud at 727-798-3888. That's 727-798-3888. Bud, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate the education. Look forward to speaking to you next Friday.
Thanks for calling, Tom. Have a great weekend.
You too, man. Thanks. Bye-bye. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Dow 480, NASDAQ up 56, S&P's up 54. We'll come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when